I wanted to take just a few moments and provide for you some information about your Module 3 case study. So your Module 2 case studies you did as a group. This assignment will be completed individually. So you'll read the few paragraphs here about Jane, who is the subject of the case study. And then the assignment directions state that you need to, using the content from your textbook, your lectures from the week modules, and any evidence-based articles that you find, you use that information to answer the following critical thinking questions. Now remember, for a top grade, you need to include proper APA in-text citations and references to support your answers. So another thing I want to ask you to keep in mind with your APA references, for every reference that you include on your reference list, you also need to have at least one in-text citation for that reference showing where you used it. So I'm going to just review over with you the questions for this case study. So number 1, it asks you to list 3 of the 9 areas of occupation you would expect Jane to have difficulty with. So what functional deficits in each occupation do you expect Jane might have trouble with and why? So when you do that, you're going to use the client factors and the performance skill language from the OT Practice Framework 4th edition. So your client factors are going to begin on page 43, and your performance skills begin on page 51 of the OT Practice Framework. You may also find information that you can reference in your Thomas Occupation-Based Activity Analysis textbook. Then I need you to make sure, again, the evidence is cited as to why you expect these functional deficits. So make sure that you're using in-text citations and references for this question. Then the next question, using the information you learned from the Adverse Childhood Events article, reflect on Jane's current functional deficits. So can you determine which of those deficits are the result of her early life experiences and which are the result of her substance abuse? Why or why not? Like, why do you think that your answer is correct? And then what is your evidence to support your reasoning? So a hint here, you should make sure that you use the Adverse Child Experience article as evidence to support your answer. So this is not a statement of your opinion. This is something that's going to be based on evidence. And then you need to make sure that you're citing whatever evidence that you use. Then for the third question, you're going to log into your AOTA account and navigate to the AJOT or the American Journal of Occupational Therapy journal. And you're going to go to the search tab, and then you're going to search the term substance use disorder. From the results, select an article. However, I do want to point out that the article should not be about assessments or tests. Then you're going to use that article to answer the following questions. The first question is, what is the article examining, or what is the question they are asking? Be sure to include the results of the study in this question. Then B, how did they attempt to find the answer? And C, what impact might this article have on your future practice with persons with substance use disorders? Be sure that when you answer this question that you include details or information from that chosen article in your response regarding how you can use the research from that article in your future practice. Another thing that I want to point out is that the article does need to be published within the last 10 years. And then you need to make sure you add it to your references list at the end of your paper or your assignment. Just like with all of your assignments, pay close attention to your rubric because that tells you exactly what I'm going to be looking for and how I'm going to grade the assignment. So for this one, it breaks down question 1, question 2, question 3 part A, question 3 part B, question 3 part C is the article within the last 10 years, and then your clarity and mechanics of writing, which also includes your APA formatting, for a total of 50 points for this assignment. Now, as you're going through this assignment, if you have any questions or concerns, as always, please feel free to reach out. We're here to answer any questions that you have. Otherwise, I look forward to reading your submissions.